A Protoss versus Zerg on Xel Naga. This is ROOTDdoRo, and over here it says Saga Gaming 1, but really I have been told it is IMNesTea. So NesTea is such a strong player. ROOTDdoRo really has his work cut out for him, but we will have to see how this game goes. Now, this is, oh man, just NesTea is so good. If you guys don't watch the GSL or the GSTL or whatever, both of those, you should watch them because the Koreans are really good. And there's foreigners that play now too. Yay! Like Liquid is working with OGS, and there's also FXO that's over there. So pretty cool stuff going on over there, and I just love how much esports is growing. Yes, now we can see that dee-door-oh, perfect placement on this pylon. And the reason I say perfect placement, the reason I harp on this so much, is because if there's any kind of roaches or anything that comes in, they can just snipe this pylon if it's closer, right? So having it back here and having it far enough away from this ledge as well allows you to make your wall right here, well, here, put your zealot here so you can't get run by, and they can't snipe the pylon, and it's like so important for like early game stuff, 6 or 7 roach rushes, stuff like that. Now it also looks like ROOTDdoRo did scout after his pylon went down, and I think that is so good because I mean, especially on small maps, the potential for cheese is there. Even though I don't think NesTea would cheese because he's good enough that there's no reason he needs to, except maybe if he just wants to vary up his play, which good players will do. Nice little harass going down by this probe, and now as soon as he gets some actual attention, he's going to go ahead and just run around and get some scouting. It looks like NesTea he's not actually sending out a drone, it doesn't look like. He's just gonna be sending out his overlord. He has a fairly good grasp of what's going on, he feels, and also he's going to go for a gas into pool build. So I mean, he isn't really worried about any kind of harassment because he'll be able to have lings out and defend. Getting down his hatchery, very good, very good. The probe not even trying to block it, focusing more on just causing damage to these drones. You can see a couple of drones already are fairly injured as this probe continues to make his rounds over and over again. Queen coming out now for NesTea, and it looks like the cybernetics core about 60% of the way done. For dee-door-oh continuing to get his probes, has 1 gas now, 2nd gas just now finishing, getting out that zealot. And is he chrono boosting anything? He's not. He's probably saving these chrono boosts for the cyber core. We're gonna have to see. And there we go. So chrono boosting out. Ooh, look at that, a sentry as well as a warp gate. So not going to see any stalkers, at least not right away. But going for sentries. Now I know MC, I know Huck, I know all those guys love sentries. So we could see like a zealot sentry push, or we could see just a defensive sentries and getting expands and stuff. Pretty much whatever you do, having sentries early is not bad. You want to get them as early as possible because that means that they will have the maximum amount of energy for guardian shields and force fields, mainly force fields. And it looks like, yep, just going to make that Zergling pull back a little bit. And it looks like, yeah, not really going to be as aggressive as I thought he was going to be because you can see he's not continuing to chrono boost out cybernetics core, actually favoring getting these sentries out as quickly as possible so he can get that gas. Now it looks like there is 1 queen, 2nd queen just now popping out for NesTea. He does have 1 gas right now with only 1 person on it. Something I've been seeing pros do more and more, as it looks like he has put 3 back in, is when you take your guys out, leave 1 guy on gas, you just accrue gas a little bit quicker that way. It looks like Roach War now going down. Speed almost done for NesTea. So getting a lot of, or getting upgrade and getting roaches and stuff, at least the Roach Warren, and just continuing to drone. So good. And this is like how you play Zerg as abusive as possible, is just only getting drones for as long as you possibly can. Notice that he is not like being really unsafe at all because he does have the Xel Naga watchtower with the Zergling, going to be poking in here with other Zerglings, and also has an Overlord position to suicide himself if he needs to get information. You can see now that a Nexus is going down. This is unusual because it looks like dee-door-oh actually has 4 warp gates up, so he's doing like a defensive 4 warp gate. Didn't want to die to anything early, but does want to expand. So a nice little continuing to wall off with these pylons, just extending this ramp a little bit more. The Zerglings, almost said drones, are going to go ahead and poke in here. They're going to see the expo, and they're going to be like, okay, well, he's expoing, so I could either make more drones, or look at this. He's going to go for, it looks like at least a really strong push, if not the kill right here, getting a few roaches out as well as a ton of zerglings. So he is going to get his forces together. Looks like he has 6, 7 roaches out. Okay, so this is going to be like a 7 roach timing with a ton of zerglings for support. But at the same time, we have sentries, we have zealots, and they're going to be moving out for the zealot sentry push. And so this is a little bit awkward. They're going to meet in the middle of the map. Speed finishing now. So these sentries, they do have a lot of energy, but they're really going to have to be careful that they do not get surrounded. Meanwhile, it looks like they are both looping around. There are some roaches right here, and look at this IMNesTea being so good. Going to loop all the way around here and come in with zerglings from the other side, and it looks like nice force fields going down for dee-door-oh. Look at that, so good. These zealots actually on the right side of the force fields too, so they can continue to do damage. Now, the roaches do a lot of damage to sentries, though. So, and these zealots are a little bit not doing damage. Now they are, but it looks like a lot of sentries going down, and oh man, this is so close. Look at the supplies. 53 over 49. Nice job by both players. There is an overlord that goes down right there, and it looks like one roach a little bit by himself is going to get taken out probably for free. Meanwhile, Zergling is going to be chasing back these. Oh, this is the sentries. He needs to kill sentries. Sentries are trying to stay alive. A couple more force fields, 2 more sentries going down as these zerglings swarm these zealots. Now there are stalkers out though, and going to be continuing to focus down these sentries. And can he get any? It's going to be so close. No, he does not actually end up. Oh wow, it was so. Look at this. He has 8 hit points left. Wow. So does manage to save a couple of his sentries, warping in a few more. And that's one thing I don't see enough pro players do is when they lose sentries, just get more sentries. I mean, I realize they're gas heavy, but if you're going to get sentries, you need to have them because they are so good for cutting armies in half. So after all of that madness, it is 64 supply versus 55 supply, so about a 10 supply lead for dee-door-oh right now. And what is he going to do? Looks like a couple of zerglings going to be running in here. There is a photon cannon though, and so they're just going to be doing some scouting. And oh man, just getting kind of kicked over and over again. This zergling actually getting all the way inside is going to get awesome scouting intel. Oh my, wow, that's really good. And there is now a stalker who's going to be there, and he's going to clean up the zergling. Meanwhile, looks like dee-door-oh is on the hunt again, going to be moving down here and focusing down these overlords. Need to run, overlords. You're not fast enough. And there we go. Oh, drone gets killed as well. Not sure where that guy was going. A little whoopsie-whoops going on there. And maybe focusing down another overlord. That'd be really good, actually. Boom, overlord goes down. And queen is going to go down as well. Nice. Good force field. You can see here how he's able to just shape the battlefield to his advantage with these force fields. Now, he has to be careful he doesn't get surrounded here. Looks like he is going to go ahead and pull back. And he's going to, he's going to cover his retreat. Doesn't even know if there's people following him. And he is just going to go home. So nicely done by dee-door-oh there. Now, it is 2 bases on 2 bases right now. I think IMNesTea is probably thinking he needs to expand sometime soon. If we take a look at the income, we can see it is 42 harvesters versus 41. So dee-door-oh actually ahead by 1 right now. Nice job there. Usually you see Zergs way ahead by this point, but dee-door-oh is doing a good job of maintaining that control by being aggressive and not allowing the Zerg to drone heavy like they want. Now going to be destroying his destructible rocks at the gold and going for a good expo over here. And what is IMNesTea doing? Going to kill these rocks. Probably taking a safe third here. No, actually taking an expansion over here. So the expansion a little bit out of the way, but less likely to be scouted, I guess. And with speedlings, decently okay to defend. So, yeah, he does have speed for his roaches. That will help quite a bit. And here comes another push from dee-door-oh. And I don't even know if it's a push, but he's doing a good job of just moving his units back and forth and keeping the Zerg guessing. So these Zerglings taking control of the Xel Naga watchtower, at least temporarily. This overlord gets so close to being killed, but he finds that sweet spot in the middle of the cavern, so he's going to stay alive at least for a little bit, unlike this Zergling, who is going to go back and meet the maker of the Zerg pieces, which is Kerrigan and the Queens. So, yep. Okay, here we go. So we have some stalkers, sentries, and zealots, and pretty much just sticking with a gateway army for now. He does have an immortal coming out, getting blink as well. But for now, he does have an observer as well, which is really good because there is the potential for tunneling claws. Lots of roaches coming out now. Oops, a couple of roaches deciding to take the short way, and that way was in fact through the Protoss army. So nice job there with those force fields as well. He's going to be able to try to pick off some of these Zerglings. Nice force fields going down. Going to pick off some additional Zerglings for free, just just because he messed with their pathing. And ooh, the Zergling's actually surrounding that Immortal and taking it out. That's a huge deal because Immortals are so good against roaches, and that's really all you see right now. It looks like there is a Spire just about done, though. Burrow about 60% of the way done as well. So dee-door-oh taking his Nexus now at the gold and needs to defend that, because if he gets that up, that's going to be absolutely awesome. Now there is an expansion out here for IMNesTea that it does not look like dee-door-oh actually knows about. But here he goes pushing again. He's actually done such a good job of just bouncing back and forth between these two Xel Naga watchtowers. And now it looks like these Zerglings are going to be running around here trying to do a little backstabbing. But there was a pylon there. So nope, it looks like that pylon might have actually been an offensive pylon, but it's going to do great for scouting as well. Look at these Zerglings. Oh, they almost scouted it, but not going to do it. And they're going to have to run back home because there is a huge push coming from dee-door-oh now. And looks like this queen is going to go down. Great force fields going down all over the place, but 5 spine crawlers here as well. So I got to be careful of that. Zerglings coming in here for either the counterattack or the surround, and it looks like, oh, they could have maybe got that again. But no, they're going to run in here and try to surround maybe these stalkers. Well, I'm not sure what he's doing at this point. But what he is doing is he's threatening counterattacks everywhere, I guess, and he's going to force dee-door-oh's army to pull back. So nice job really utilizing those Zerglings to control the pace of the game and force dee-door-oh to back off because he was in a bit of trouble. Now we have a ton of mutas that are out. Wow, that is a lot of mutas. Looks like +1 air attack coming down as well. And for ground, we do not have anything really. I'm trying to find something to see. No, it does not look like there is any upgrades for ground right now. +1 air just going down now. Blink is done for these stalkers, and he has +2 attack already. So nice job by dee-door-oh. But look at this. His main is virtually undefended. 3 stalkers is all it is, and he's going to lose any more. Nope. But he is going to lose all these stalkers. Maybe. Nope. He's going to be blinking away. But I don't know if he can defend against this many mutas, as he is coming in here to attack again. These spine crawlers doing such a good job. Queen going down yet again. 2 spine crawlers left. 1 spine crawler left. And a ton of drones going down before the last spine crawler does in fact fall. Meanwhile, there's a counterattack here by IMNesTea. There we go. And these Zerglings and roaches are just going to be absolutely raining havoc on here. And we have, look at this, mutas as well, just totally destroying the main base. Meanwhile, the natural is down for IMNesTea, and it looks like dee-door-oh is going to be pushing up into the main, and I don't think this one queen is going to be able to really defend. So this could turn into a base trade scenario, as both of them are going to go ahead and just push in and kill each other's bases off. Photon cannons desperately being tried to morph in, but they are not going to get done in time. And rebuilding a cybernetics core. Meanwhile, it looks like the lair is down, and this Stalker Immortal Sentry army is really scary at this point. Going to be killing all of the Zerg tech, so the Zerg is not going to be able to do anything. He still has this expansion right here, but there is Zealots here. They see it, and they are going to be starting to put pressure on this expansion. Now, there is a couple of assimilators and a couple of pylons here that are still good to let go, but not for long. As you can see, just tons of mass carnage going on in dee-door-oh's base. Meanwhile, dee-door-oh is moving out. He has totally killed everything in the main and the natural of IMNesTea, and now he's going to be moving back here. Finding some Zerglings in. These Zerglings are actually going to lead him right back to where his Zealot already was. So he's going to be like, okay, yeah, I already knew that base was there. Going to put an additional Zealot on that and now move back, and it looks like he is going to go and defend. What is he defending? He could try to defend his base. His Nexus is going to go down. If we look at the units tab, we see, is there any? No, there is no probes for dee-door-oh, so he is stuck on what he has right now. And for IMNesTea, he still has 15 drones, but not nearly as big an army. If we go to the army tab, we can see that I don't know. This is pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy indeed. Yeah, it looks like this base is dead as well. IMNesTea throwing down a hatchery in the corner over here. But oh no, look at this. As luck would have it, there is actually a pylon right there. And force field's going down. All of these mutas are going to be able to run away, but the roaches are as good as dead. Not even Burrow is going to help them because there is an observer right there. Boom, they all go down. So dee-door-oh taking a almost 40 supply lead. Wow, and these mutas, they're coming over here and they need to take out these buildings. But there are still stalkers left, and they're trying to focus this down, but nope, stalkers get back in time, blinking over the cliff, I assume. So, this pylon has been taken out by these Zerglings, but dee-door-oh knows that there's an expansion there, so he needs to kill that. There is still an extractor here as well. So there is one hatchery and one extractor versus 1 pylon, 2 pylons, and 2 assimilators. And it looks like a lot of the Protoss army is just going to be chilling there. Oh, nice hits, taking out a couple of mutas and damaging a few more. So, this is so crazy. And oh, look at this. Looks like he's actually expanding over here, the last place you would expect him to expand to. So that might not actually get scouted for a while. As you can see, there are zealots running all over the place, just checking for stuff. These mutas are patrolling, trying to keep their hatchery safe, but right now there is no mining going on for either player, although as soon as this hatchery finishes, these drones will be able to start mining again. So if this game goes on for a long time, then I think that IMNesTea may have it, but if it does not go on for a long time, then he may not. As you can see, that these blink stalkers are just so good against these mutas, and the mutas really have to be careful because blink stalkers do have +2 damage versus the +1 damage of the mutas. And oh, look at that. I think he may have seen the creep. I'm not exactly sure. But regardless, he's got to know something's up. A couple of zealots just chilling over here. And where is he going with these guys? If he goes up and around, he is definitely going to find this expansion. Nope, looks like he's going to go ahead and pull back. I'm not sure what he's seeing. He could just want to defend. He knows these are his only buildings, and the Protoss, or the Zerg knows it too. And he gets, yes, he gets 1 assimilator. So, just needs to do that 3 more times. He has 2 pylons and an assimilator he needs to kill. And the whole Protoss army is chilling right there. Actually, half the Protoss army, as the other half has found this expansion and killed it. So now he is like, what is going on? As you can see, he actually killed this assimilator as well. So, or extractor rather. And it looks like, oh, the Spire. He found the Spire. Nice job by IMNesTea actually vomiting creep with that Overlord and throwing down the Spire in a kind of a weird spot that you wouldn't normally see it. And this is always good, killing off these overlords can never hurt, So dee-door-oh doing a good job keeping his units back, keeping enough units to fend off pretty much whatever IMNesTea can throw at him. And then with his other units, he needs to be careful not to run into the mutas because that would be really bad. But, oh, look at this. The Stalker does actually see that there is an expansion there, so he is going to be going over there as quickly as possible, and his defending units can actually, yeah, nice little blink there. So he's going to stay here and defend, and then when his other units get around, he's going to come in and try to get the kill. And I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I think it may. Now, these mutas, this is going to be tricky because when he moves in and pushes in right now, like he is right now, these mutas could come in here, try to snipe stuff, but no. Looks like he is going to stay here with his blink stalkers blinking underneath. The muta is going to do a lot of damage. Guardian Shield going up, and there is pressure being put on, and there's the GG from IMNesTea. So ROOTDdoRo taking one off of IMNesTea in this epic game. Wow, that was so good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. See you guys later.